Hello everyone, welcome to Contentment Guide Astrology. I am Michelle. Today's video is going to be about the Mars retrograde and specifically the portion of the retrograde that happens in Leo. So I will link my other video about the entire Mars retrograde process that ends at the end of April 2025. And also the oppositions to Pluto. I will link that below. This portion is just for us to focus on the next month where Mars is going to be retrograde in Leo. So welcome to my channel. Please comment on your experience. I always love to hear about your experiences with transits. Please share, please like, please subscribe if you're getting value at this channel. It helps my channel and my business to grow, and I appreciate it very much. So, the first part of this Mars retrograde is happening in the sign of Leo. Mars started in the shadow period of the retrograde on the 5th of October, and that was at 17 degrees of Cancer. So, between the 6th and the 7th of December, depending on where you are, Mars is now going to turn retrograde at 6 degrees of Leo. And then it's going to start moving backwards in the sign of Leo. By the 3rd of January, it's going to have an opposition to Pluto at 1 degree of Leo, and Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius. Then on the 6th of January, Mars is going to enter Cancer and start the longer period of its retrograde in the sign of Cancer, and I will do another video about this part soon. So then in Cancer, only on the 23rd of February, it's going to turn direct again at 17 degrees of Cancer. So Mars as an archetype, it is about our drive. It's about where we find motivation, how we are motivated to act, how we take action in life. How passionate we are about things we act on. It can be about conflicts, not necessarily very challenging, depending on what is happening. It can just be lively discussions, heated debates, and enjoyment of different opinions and enjoying having discussions about these things. And on the opposite end, it can be as something as devastating as war. Mars has always been known as the Lord of War. And so there is that part of Mars that can turn into serious conflict. So that is why it is good to be mindful of where these energies are going. Mars is also about our desires. It's about our sexuality and how we use our sexual energy. It's about our assertiveness in the world. And generally, it is about our energy, our physical energy specifically, how we move through the world, how much energy we have to get through the day. Do we spend time exercising? How do we expend our energy? So depending on where this retrograde in Leo is happening for you, you can see that there's going to be a change in energy. There's going to be a change in action. There's going to be a re-evaluation, a rethinking of how we take action in certain areas of our life. So Mars is about to turn retrograde now on the 6th of December. It's already standing still, So if you are sensitive to energies, you can probably feel a change in how your energy is operating daily in the world. I know I can certainly feel it for myself. There's almost like a little bit of a sluggishness and a very kind of like easy withdrawal in terms of not wanting to do so much. So depending on where this falls in your chart, you're gonna feel it more or less. And if your time lord for the year is Mars, you're going to feel this retrograde a lot more. If you are an Aries or Scorpio rising, sun and moon, you're going to feel this a lot more because Mars is your ruler. So yes, so there's going to be a change in how we operate with our energy. We are going to either now, if you have been, say for instance, slack in your exercise routine, but you've been thinking about it for months, when Mars turns retrograde, you can have the opposite happen when suddenly you have the energy to now start your exercise routine. It doesn't have to be that when Mars turns retrograde, the energy is necessarily diminished. It's just that there's a natural change in the direction of how the energy was operating before. So I want to do a quick reminder of where this falls for each zodiac sign. I'm going to call it rising, but you are welcome to also use this for your sun sign or even your moon sign if you were born at night. So I'm just going to give a quick delineation of each sign, what this is for in your sign, and then following that will also be my I Ching reading for the Mars retrograde in Leo, as well as tarot cards. So I'm going to start with Aries rising. So for Aries rising, this falls in your 5th house. So Mars in your 5th house can be around creativity, joy, hobbies. It can be around children. So you can find that there might be some conflict. There might be some resolution of conflict in this area. There's going to be a reverse of the energies that have been happening, and a time for you to revise how you deal with finding joy on a day-to-day basis, if you have hobbies and joyful things that satisfy you, and how you deal with children and also with romance. So expect a reversal, a change of direction, and also a review of how you operate with your energy in the 5th house. And for Taurus rising, this is your 4th house. So with Mars retrograde in the 4th house, you are going to experience a change of direction in your energies in terms of your home, your family, how much energy you are expending in this area of your life. You might be reviewing where you might be doing too little, doing too much in terms of your family, your home, and how this relates to also how you operate out in the world. So for Gemini rising, the Mars retrograde in Leo is in your 3rd house. So for Geminis, Mars retrograde in the 3rd house can really bring a reversal and a review of how you work with your mental energy, how you communicate with others, how you learn, what your learning style is, and also the energy that you expend in your environment, in your neighborhood, with your neighbors. So there can be a change of direction in these areas, and a review of how much energy you would like to spend and how you use your energy in this area. Then for Cancer risings, the Mars retrograde in Leo is happening for you in your second house. And this is all about resources. So for Cancers, this is going to be a change of direction, a review of your energy in how you work with your resources, how you spend energy, how you receive resources from others, how you like to make money, what is not working, where you might be spending too much energy in a certain area of trying to make money or resources come your way, what you need to let go of and maybe cut out of your life in order for when Mars comes around this area again after the retrograde, you're now going to be operating in a different way. And then for Leo risings, this Mars retrograde portion in Leo is in your first house. So you might be feeling this on a real physical level. The first house is about you, it's about your body. So this can be a general feeling of how you expend your energy in the world. Do you exercise? Do you need daily exercise? This can be a review and a reversal of how you spend your energy on a daily basis. What you do to exert yourself in the world. This is going to be reviewed, and this might be a real period of either downtime for you and drawing back, or it could be now that there's a reversal of the energy, you might find that you actually have more energy to put into the world. So for Virgo rising, this Mars retrograde in Leo is happening in your 12th house. And the 12th house is all about your subconscious mind and habits. It can be about your sexuality. It can be about all of those things that are more subconscious, your dream world, how you connect to the spiritual realms. So for Virgos, there's going to be a change of direction, a change of view, how you spend your energy in terms of working with these unconscious things. And when Mars comes around again after the retrograde, you may have a totally different perspective on how you work with your spirituality, your unconscious habits, and dreams and spiritual life. And so this is quite a deep place for this retrograde to happen for Virgos. And for Libras, this Mars retrograde in Leo portion is happening in your 11th house. Your 11th house is to do with groups, with colleagues, with friends. It can be hopes, dreams, wishes, and benefactors, people that show up to help you in your daily life. So for Librans, this is a change of direction and a review of how you spend your energy in terms of work colleagues, in terms of maybe social groups that you connect to, and also how you deal with giving and receiving energy from other people in general. So for Librans, by the time Mars comes around again in the forward motion, you're going to have a different perspective on how you deal with your energy in terms of groups and benefactors in this part of your life. And for Scorpio rising, the Mars retrograde in Leo portion is happening for you in your 10th house. And the 10th house is all about your public life. It is about your career. It is where people see you, oh, they married, they single, they're doing this in a career. So for you, this can be a real review and a change of direction in terms of how you spend your energy, where you take action in terms of your public life. For Sagittarius rising, the Mars retrograde in Leo portion is happening for you in your 9th house. The 9th house is all about spirituality. It's about faith, belief, religion. It's about connecting with foreign cultures. It can be about travel. So for Sagittarius, this is happening for you so that you can review how you take action in terms of your spiritual life, how you work with your belief systems. There's going to be some change of direction in review in terms of spirituality, beliefs, how you learn, and also how you connect with foreign cultures. And then for Capricorn rising, the Mars retrograde in Leo is happening for you in your 8th house. The 8th house is all about things and resources we share with others. It may be about sexuality. It is about transformation and rebirth. It is about death and dying, those things we need to let go of in order to move forward. So for Capricorns, there's going to be a change of direction and a review portion of how you deal with things that you share with others, with resources, with physical resources, with mental and emotional resources, and also about how you deal with transformation, with letting go and moving into new things in general. And then for Aquarius rising, this Mars retrograde in Leo portion is happening for you in your 7th house of others. This is about relationships for Aquarians. It is about one-on-one relationships. It's about dealing with clients. It's all about the other and how you relate to others. So for Aquarians, this is going to be a review and a change of direction for you in terms of how you take action and how you deal with your energy in terms of your close one-on-one relationships. And then for Pisces rising, the Mars retrograde in Leo portion is happening for you in your 6th house. The 6th house is all about health, it's about work, and it is about daily schedules. So all of these areas for you Pisces can be reviewed. It can be around adapting and changing your daily schedule, adapting and changing your work schedule, and also adapting and taking different actions in how you deal with your health. So I also want to share my I Ching reading that I received for this Mars in Leo retrograde portion. So I must say the I Ching really says that this is a time of retreat and withdrawal, and even of standing still. So I feel that for a lot of us, this Mars retrograde is going to be a removal of energy so that we can really withdraw, stand still, and review before we start moving forward again. And this is happening between the 6th of December and the 6th of January in Leo. So depending on what you do in the world, it might be much easier or much harder to withdraw and stand still, because for some of us the jobs that we do require us to be more busy during the month of December, and for others it can be a time of holidays and withdrawal. So depending on how this works for you in your life, try to work with this energy in the best way you can possible, And if this is a very busy time for you, find a way to take that alone time and withdrawal and stillness in your daily life in order to review. So I threw the coins and I received hexagram 33, which is called a retreat and withdrawal. It says, pull back your efforts, spend time in contemplation, conserve your energy, decline getting involved in too many things, be patient and adaptable. Knowing when not to push forward is a very wise thing. And then there is a changing line which then changes the hexagram into hexagram 12, and that is called a standstill. It says retreat and be patient, adapt to your new sense of self. Who are you now? Rest, be humble and be flexible. Now is not the time to push forward. Choose tranquility. When the world seems crazy, keep your head by standing still and observing. I feel that is such good advice for holiday time and December time in general. It can often seem that the world around us is completely crazy. So there's such wonderful advice here to stand still and keep your own head and be the observer. I really, really love that for this Mars retrograde. So I also drew 2 tarot cards for Mars retrograde in Leo. I received, first of all, the 9 of Pentacles. And you can see this card is very much not a card of action. This person is standing still. They are in the garden, they're surrounded by beauty, they're holding a pet, observing, looking at the beauty of the bird. And so the 9 of Pentacles is about being self-sufficient. It's about being independent. It's about recognizing the abundance that we are surrounded by and finding gratitude for what you've got and just enjoying life in a very, very quiet way. And then I also received the 3 of Wands. And you can see the 3 of Wands is also not very much about action. This person is standing on the horizon. They are looking out. They are not moving yet. And the 3 of Wands is very much a card of preparation. It is to prepare. It is to think about the future. It is looking forward to expansion and new enterprise. But it's not a time for action yet. So I love these cards. They really relate so well to what the I Ching says. They really relate so well to what Mars and withdrawal of energy in this retrograde is all about. So I really wish you a beautiful Mars retrograde in Leo. I will be doing my Mars retrograde in Cancer part for you very soon. If you find value here, please like, please share, please subscribe. I love making these videos for you, and also connect to me for one-on-one readings. And I also have a 2025 transformation where you can work with me for 12 months of 2025. Please get in touch if you are interested to work with me personally. I will see you again next time.